gotta believe.
The spark usually comes, of course, from winning, but the spark comes is when these guys, and they'll have it this year, when you trust each other. You know, you trust each other that, hey, I didn't get the hit with a guy in third with one out. I know the guy behind me is going to go do that. And when you start getting that kind of stuff, and you start winning some games late in the game, those are the kind of things that can get a team to go. But it really happens to be trust between 25 guys and coaches. Alex, you got another one?
Yes, we do, Ron. We have Cole from Plainview, Long Island, has a question for Pedro and Feliciano.
Hi, Pedro. I was wondering, you're such a great pitcher, and we love you. I was wondering if you would like to pitch deeper into games.
Well, I want to pitch 3 outs. I want to pitch the full inning. I mean, that's what I'm working out for. But if Gary need me for 1 out and 1 tomorrow and 1 next day, I'll do it. But I want to pitch the full inning.
You know, owns the record now for games pitched. Has gotten more games every year, 88 last season. Just amazing outdoor. Alex again, here we go.
Okay, we have Avi from Queens, has a question for everyone.
Thanks for being here, guys. You know, most of us fans just see you guys in we have a limited vision of baseball players. We see the games, we watch batting practice, we see you during spring training and the interviews after the games. What would be like a couple of things that maybe a fan might not know about daily things, like daily trivia that we might not know about being a ball player that you might think, oh, if only the fans knew this?
The G-rated version, by the way.
The G-rated version, by the way, guys.
I guess it kind of narrows it down a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. It's just work together so much. You know, 1 o'clock to midnight every day from February now 18 to 7-8 months after that. And, I mean, I don't know. We're just like anybody else. We just happen to be out there doing something that's pretty cool. But I mean, we're just like anybody else.
I'll tell you something that's interesting.
No.
86, I love those stories.
I wasn't there, Joe.
I think fans probably don't understand also that during the game, the hitters, they bat every other inning or whatever. Daniel Murphy gets 4 at-bats. Between those innings, they're up in the video room looking at the video from the last at-bat. They're studying the last sequence of pitches. They may be in the cage getting swings prior to their next at-bat. So there's always movement going on. There's always something going on. I don't think that fans really appreciate how much is happening, off the field. There's just a lot of things. Not just guys come to the dugout, sit down, watch a game, drink water, whatever. There's things going on in preparation during the ball game. Same with the guys that come in to pinch hit, or the guys that come in late for defense. They are in the cages, in the 5th, 6th inning, getting swings off our BP pitcher, getting breaking balls off the machine, tracking tennis balls, doing all those things, preparing for their time. So there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes.
So the starting pitchers don't eat pizza during the game anymore, John? The guys they still do? Okay, great. I want to make sure of that. You know what's amazing, when these guys travel together, that it's a long season, and I know you're not going to, what a great life it is, but it becomes a very long season, and it is a grind for these guys, and they let off steam. They'll break out the cards, the dominoes, of course, on the planes, and it's really pretty fun to watch them. Because I have a son who's 22 years old, just a little younger maybe, or the same age as some of these guys. So I know what he's thinking about at 22. So you forget that they play such an adult game, but they're still young people. So it's fun to be around. It keeps me young, to tell you the truth. Alex.
Okay, Ronaldo from Queens. A question for Howard Johnson.
My question is there a big difference between the players that you've played with and the players that you're coaching now as far as preparation or approach to the game? Anything really?
G-rated.
Yeah, G-rated. No, there's the players today. I think they have to be equipped at a different level than we were. You know, even though we played in the modern era, you know, with media and things like that. I mean, FAN. Ronnie and I were playing here when FAN started, so we don't. You know, the game used to come on '66, and then after that it was country music or something. It was, you know, there was no talk shows. So today these guys have to be prepared a lot differently. I think they also, you know, take care of themselves. It's more monitored nowadays. You know, even though the Beltran thing happened, I think it's still that, you know, what happens, what Omir does, you know, what Daniel does, what these guys do in preparation in the off season is monitored more, I think, now than it was back in our day.
Yeah, I mean, remember, these guys have to deal with things that certainly if that 86 team had to deal with, it might not have made it to 87. The Twittering, the YouTube, all those things are very difficult for these guys, I'm telling you. So, but, you know, I was thinking, we just mentioned that, Hojo. The hard part, though, I would think, is that, yes, he's right, much more prepared now, much better shape now, much stronger now than the players I played with. But I will say, though, that the hard part is that they're so prepared, and you give them such a blueprint for success. It's got to be difficult because I think at some point you don't want that to hurt you. You want to let the talent flow. You want that in your brain, but you want to let the talent flow also.
Yeah, you can't go out and paint the game, you know, paint by numbers and play baseball, especially at this level. And that's one of the things that, you know, I've tried to teach them is that the key to their success is not, you know, how they take a good swing off the tee. It's, you know, are you prepared to go into the game and compete against that pitcher? You know, is your ability going to come out? So the focus becomes more on that, what we were talking about, and less on, you know, the mechanics and things like that. Because that's the kind of stuff that can really bog you down and get in the way and slow, you know, speed the game up. If you have to think about everything you do before you do it on the baseball field, you're going to be behind. So that's really a big secret.
Very good, Howard. Alex?
Okay, this is Alex from Farmingdale, Long Island. Question for everybody.
After playing at CitiField for a year, how are you going to adjust your game to better fit the new field?
Well, for me, as a pitching wise, I love it. I mean, it's big. I agree. It's I like pitching.
My adjustment is going to try and get Keith in the booth before 7:15. Alex?
Weber?
Alex, you got one?
Okay, and what's your name again?
Eric.
Eric from Queens has a question for Daniel Murphy, Omir Santos, and Howard Johnson.
Hi guys, how you
Nice
doing?
pictures, huh?
Isn't it as hard as everybody's making it out to be to hit home runs at CitiField? And do you guys actually hate the Phillies and the Braves as much as we do?
Teams don't seem to be having a hard time hitting.